Mindfulness. What are some of the, now I said mindfulness, not mindfulness what?
Practice.
Good. So what are some of the attributes, the qualities of being mindfully aware? Of being mindful.
Beginner's mind.
Okay, so we have this beginner's mind, which is sort of like that state of wonder, right? Could be wonder, curiosity, open to the mystery, right? What else would be, yes?
Enhanced perspective.
Enhanced perspective. Very nice.
Non-judgmental.
Non-judgmental. Very nice.
Relaxation.
Relaxation. Relaxed. Present. Go ahead.
Attentive.
Attentive.
But focused.
I'll say, how about we'll say attentive and don't have focus. And it is interesting. This but. Yes.
Noticing.
Noticing. What else?
Honesty.
Honesty. Truthful. What else?
Compassion.
Compassion. What else?
Aware.
Aware.
Grateful.
Grateful.
Thankful.
Thankful.
Connected.
Connected. What else? You haven't said anything. Come up with something.
Alive.
Alive.
Curious.
Curious.
Furious. Curious.
What else?
Energized.
Energized.
Confident.
Confident. What else?
Wandering. Even within like the just wandering, because you wander away and bring it back, right? Kind of meandering.
So, well, it seems like aware of the mind wandering is that element of that quality that happens. In that moment that your mind is wandering, you've lost a little bit of that mindful stance. Then you reclaim it, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. But wandering, it's a nice reminder that no matter, that this is not like an all or none proposition. That we will be in this state and we will be wandering continuously. Very nice. While we're inhabiting, even while we're inhabiting and we're mindful. So yes, it belongs in that. What else?
Happy.
Happy. Anything else?
Purposeful.
Purposeful.
Be tired.
Okay. Now, we also have it where we can do a variety of things that can help us sort of move into some of these states. Like, I'm going to suggest to you exercise. Right? You find that if you exercise, some of these things happen?
Yes.
Okay. What are different exercises? Let's come up with 4 different kinds of exercise that we can do. Draw upon your own experience what you like to do. Sports or whatever.
Run.
Run. You can run.
Swim. Swim.
Swim.
Yoga.
Yoga.
Lift.
Lift. There's no wrong answers here. We're going more than 4.
Rowing.
Rowing.
Bike.
Bike.
Tennis.
Tennis. Now, and if you speak now, if you're saying something that you're doing, don't.
Golf.
Golf.
Action.
Gotta be mindful, no? Boxing.
Boxing.
Boxing. Okay, anything else?
Gotta be mindful, no?
Okay, so here we've got exercise, and this sort of, right? Do we get that? Okay. There's also sleep. Right? Right, even the word is like, sleep. What are some of the ways that we can sleep?
Laying down.
What hours would you like to, if you could have the perfect day, and the perfect sort of, given your life, and when would you start and when would you finish?
If I could go to bed at 10 or 11 and wake up 8 hours later, that would just be so.
What's that? 10 to 6?
6 or 7.
Okay, 10 to 6, 10 to 7. What else? What else would be somebody else's choice?
12 to 9.
12 to 9.
10 to 10.
10 to 10. 10 to 10. No, but think about it. Do you get that there's a certain aspect of what sleep offers us that also moves us in this direction? Right?
To a degree, though. I feel like if you sleep too much, then then it goes on the, like, you just wake up tired and,
Right. You think you can row too much?
yes,
You think you can do too much yoga?
yes,
You think you can swim too much?
yes.
You think you can run too much? You think you can, how come you didn't say that for that?
For what?
Why is it that when we did these exercises, you didn't say, yeah, but you can run too much?
I don't think you can golf too much.
Thank you. It is a perfect
My
solution.
dad's tendonitis.
I think you can.
But do reflect on why it is that when we come up with sleep, we begin to sort of caution around it because it's challenging to get enough sleep, right? But you're absolutely right. Everything in moderation, right? And we all have our different, that's why it's like for some it's 10 to 6. That's ideal. For some it's 12 to 9. For some it's 10 to 10. What would be for you?
I'm sorry?
What would be a nice time sleep period for you?
Like 7 hours.
Okay, starting when?
10?
Okay. So what would that be, 10 to 5?
10 to 5. I do.
Okay. Now, you can also nap, right? Can you also nap? So there's a variation of the thing. By the way, there's a lot of research on napping being hugely helpful. You can do a 30-minute nap in the middle of the day. 30 minutes, not 45. For the first 30, part of your brain, the thalamus, begins to sort of take a little bit of a nap with you. You wake up and you're refreshed because your brain really got a little reprieve. If you go 45 minutes, 50 minutes, you move into stage 2 sleep, and you're like, whoa, and you wake up. And it's not like you actually can wake up, but you were so deep in it that it feels harder and it does flash harder. 30 minutes, hugely helpful for so much of this. Right, now, in addition to sleep, there's what? What else can we add to this? Things that we know.
Eat?
Eating, brilliant. And what kinds of ways of eating do we have? We can be what?
Just gonna go outside.
It's all a matter of degree. Binge eating would be, being in the gym for 6 hours because there's a party that just doesn't, well, who knows why. So it's to your point, but what might be your, I don't like this word necessarily, but what might be your diet or your particular type of eating of which you're binging? You can be what?
Unhealthy?
No, I'm sorry, like
paleo?
Like paleo.
Keto.
So you can be paleo. You can be what?
Keto.
Huh?
Keto.
Keto? Is that?
Keto.
is that-
Yeah,
That's
high fat.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Like bulletproof coffee?
Yeah, similar.
Okay.
I mean, it's within that.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
That's
Vegetarian.
South Beach diet.
Vegetarian. South Beach diet. What else? What?
Kosher.
Omnivore. What else?
Kosher.
Kosher.
Halal free.
Gluten-free.
Juicing.
Juicing. Okay. And do we think that this, if we're doing this in a way that's the healthy ways of attending to, just like we would be doing each of these things in moderation, smart for who we are and given our disposition and interest, right? Do we get that? Do we agree?
Mm-hmm.
And then you could also be hanging out with friends.
Yeah, social.
Social, right? And what kinds of social engagements are there that can be, and again, this is in the spirit of what is nurturing us, but we know that if you do too much or too little, it can be getting in the way of nurturing, and that tends to happen for sure if we're not aware and skillful of what to do in the midst of that awareness, right? So it's not just being aware, it's Where and? So what kinds of ways do we engage socially that can be useful? How are you,
Media,
what?
media.
Social media? Yes, social media.
Drinking.
Business, yeah.
So the but you're right. You're right. But what is it that you're doing that is social? Because you could also be home drinking and it's not
Okay.
social. So,
Bantering
what?
back and forth.
Okay, but where are you? Like, what's the context, the social context? in which
A
drinking-
bar or someone's house.
Okay, so you're doing that with
Yeah.
friends. And then we can look at the drinking is really being sort of up here, right? So they cross connect. Because you could, that's juicing was raised in here, and certainly, okay. What other social environments are nurturing and fun and
Concerts.
concerts? You can go to concerts,
Art galleries.
art galleries,
Work.
Church?
church,
Work.
right? You could be working, absolutely. In fact, I hope that we see that as an opportunity to be engaged with people and to have that. What else might we be doing?
Working out, like activity, gym, playing
Well, see, so
basketball.
it's nice, right? You can play basketball. And basketball also is where, Ben?
It's outside, and it's in health as well.
It's over here, right, as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And do we get that this is also helpful for this?
Yes.
Okay. And then, of course, we can do what? Practice, right? We can practice. Practice what?
Breathing.
Wait, what?
What do we practice? Practice mindfulness. Okay, again, don't be confused. There's the word mindful here and the word mindful here, but this is different, right? This is the sort of, we could even, who needs this word? Who needs it? It doesn't add anything to this. Right? Okay, but we call it that. You could also call it connected, you could call it, you could call it, you know it in the ways that matter to you, and humanity's known it for all time. Okay, so let's not be fooled by this. But these practices are what? What kinds of mindfulness practices can we do?
Focused attention.
Just attention.
Oh,
Open monitoring.
So we.
So do mine. By the way, that's my gift to you. I developed that, I share that with you, and it's not meant to be something in your paper like, and then there's a so be mindful that. But hopefully it's what you're taking away from that. I can bring awareness to this. I can maybe have an even greater connection, and maybe even interconnection, right? That facilitates. So yes, so absolutely, so be mindful, and I hope that you are finding that useful. I do it every day.
Compassion, mindfulness.
Compassion. What else?
Bodies.
Body scan. We'll get to the body scan.
Walking.
Mindful walking. What else?
So we haven't talked about this, but I noticed that the app changed, like, mindful sleep.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's actually like, the music, the background music is pretty relaxing.
Or they just have soundscapes if you just want the nature sounds. It's really nice.
But we digress. But yeah, that's interesting. We can talk about that. The app is meant to be something, I don't know if you know, but because you're now in the mindfulness and law, you'll see other people that are in the mindfulness law, and their students for the last 7 or 8 years that are on there. Christina Sava was on there. She's from California. She graduated about 4 or 5 years ago. It's nice because you'll in time see yourselves and you'll go, oh, look at that, and it's meant to be a community. It's meant to be a sense of connection. Okay. And then maybe today we'll learn loving kindness. And these are all, of course, pointing in this direction too. Now, one thing to ponder, just to reflect on. Which of these can you not avoid? Can you avoid eating? Can you avoid sleep? No. Can you avoid being in some social setting? No. Can you avoid exercising? No. Can you avoid practicing mindfulness? Sort of yes. So know that all of these things, I think something that's very interesting is this. Now you can do this in a way that's not helpful, or you can do not as much of it as you might otherwise, and so we do all of these things. But you will, these things are fundamental to our well-being, and you will, one way or the other, be doing them. Now, whether or not you do them in a way that is useful, and you're skillful, and you're attentive, and you're kind, and you're compassionate to yourselves and others, and you're informed about different ways of eating, and things about sleeping, and others, and napping, and that's of course, the ways that we employ these. But this one, you could go the rest of your life and never do a deliberate focus attention practice, right? Now, of course, you can't help but focusing your attention from time to time. You can't help but having an open field of awareness from time to time. You can't help it sometime probably being aware that you're moving your body. Right? You can't help it sometime probably having where somebody says, oh my God, I'm so upset about this. And you're like, oh, it's okay, and you wish them well. But as a practice, we can go a lifetime without deliberately engaging them. So we're exploring this as a practice. Now, one other thing. If you really want to get good at focusing your attention on someone or something or some project, or somebody talked about photography later on today, they really want to get into photography and they really want to read and study and stay with that. If you really want to do that, well, these things might help you, but this one might really help you, right? Because it's targeted to that very aspect. And there's changes to the structure and the function of the brain associated with that very aspect. If you want to have it where you can walk into a room with thousands of people, hundreds of people, or doing a football field, or you could be presenting or something, and you want to have it where you're able to hold this open field and not get pulled away by every little thing, then, well, this would be a pretty good thing to practice. So whereas these you can't help but do, and this you could certainly avoid, these are very, in many ways, now you'll get, of course, better at basketball by practicing basketball, just like you'll get better at focusing your attention by practicing focused attention. But these you can't avoid, but this is called mindfulness practice for a reason, because it really does, as it relates to awareness and focus and attention and these things that then allow a sense of wonder. It's very hard to have a sense of wonder if you can't stay attentive to the thing that's right in front of you. So, and I'm interested in the possibility that maybe when you graduate or leave this class, there's one of these that you find maybe most interesting to you. But this week, you're going to get a text that says FA, and you'll be reminded that in that moment, are you or are you not? Where's your attention? And then just practice it for a moment. Because these are also things where you can be in class, and you probably aren't going to be sleeping. You might be. And you're probably not going to be eating, though you could be. And you're probably not going to be playing basketball in all likelihood, right? But you might be imagining and wishing you were somewhere else. But you can actually be in class, or at dinner, or driving in your car. You can be anywhere in this. So they each have their charms, and that relationship is something I want to show you. So now,